big red nose. But seriously, I got this pimple here. Don't look at it. Alright? Hey everyone, I am Dan O'Callaghan and welcome to Do Art with Dan.
It's just a game, isn't it?
Some of you are probably thinking, is this a gaming channel or an art channel? Well, today it's both, in a sense. I've been pretty hyped about this game for some time. Of course I'm not sponsored by PlayStation or anything like that. I'm just hyped about the game and I was really keen to try out the creation tools, especially in Dreams on PS4. This is going to be interesting. Like I did the digital art in my last video and I was pushing myself to do that because I'm very, more traditional, like drawing with pencil and ink and stuff. So in today's video I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push myself to try a digital medium, a very unconventional one. I've never even used these before. I just got them recently on a deal. I know they're really old controllers, they're like 12 years old or some crap. But the 3D digital programs that I have used, it's ZBrush and all that little goes that I've had with it. It's been with a tablet and a pen. So to try something where you're moving around, that's going to be interesting to try out. I know the Vive and HTC Vive and Oculus or whatever, they're a bit more expensive VR sets though, and they come with little controllers. But no, I thought this, I have a PlayStation Pro already, so I got the Move controllers and Dreams was pretty affordable. So yeah, let's jump into it. So this is where I got up to. I did a couple of tutorials and I wonder what happens when you jump off here. Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so I got up to this part. I have already done a few little moving around tutorials, pulling things, and there's all this kind of action which you're about to see, which will be fun. But I'm hoping, I'm sure there's going to be more. Here we go. There's going to be more tutorials, I'll bet. And I'm thinking we'll skip it. I mean, I'll watch them, but I'll skip them for you. Because the ones that I've watched so far, they're really well put together, and if you do end up buying the game, I think it's better if you just follow their tutorials. You can learn something from me watching, I guess. I am just going to talk about my experience playing it and creating in it, I should really say. Once we get in there, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different options with creation, and but I'm just going to focus on sculpture, and we might do a little bit of painting of this sculpture. Oh, this is nice.
This composition is so wonderful. It defies description.
Does it? I don't know, I'd say it's a head, isn't it? Which wouldn't defy description. I've lost him again, he's down the back somewhere. Oh, here we go.
Welcome to your home space. Your personal corner of the Dreamverse, which you can transform in any way you please. Other dreamers can visit your home space to take a peek into your imagination and what makes you tick. It looks a little bare, doesn't it? Let's make it more you.
I've done a few tutorials. Like I said, we're going to skip them. I just want to jump into doing a really cool character as quickly as possible. So I did make a bridge and an alien looking one and a geometric one. Then I did a bit of a portrait sculpting and I tried to do the musculature of a character. But I want to go out and get some inspiration, do up some sort of reference, like a 3D turnaround of this cool nightmarish character that I'm thinking of. It's a bit ugly looking, and it was a character from, it was a bit webby looking too, actually. Been up on the shelf for a while. So this is a character from one of my comic books, well, my first comic book series actually. I think I just called him Flowerface. I used my Flowerface character as inspiration, but I also, as I was drawing this, thought of that character, that other media molecule character from Little Big Planets. He just sort of reminds me of that character as well. So I thought it'd be creepy having this skeletal human creature thing underneath this sack bag thing, and then he's got a gooey green brain and everything. But I had to change the back of the design a little bit so that the elements were more interesting to look at. I mean, if this is going to be a game character, you're going to have the camera behind him running around and jumping the whole time, so it serves to make the back of the character interesting for a game or whatever. I thought I'd better just do the commentary over the top of this one. As you can see from the expression on my face, I'm having to focus really hard on this new medium that I'm trying out. But yeah, I got the collarbone and some of the musculature on the chest happening and on the back. It's a good place to start, just jumping in and doing the musculature and trying to make that look as realistic as possible. So this is the Dreams character creation tools, and this is specifically the sculpture portion of it. I've sped this video up just for the sake of time. I just want to make short videos at this point. But yeah, as you can see, when that menu pops up really quickly, there's a vast array of sculpture tools and different shapes that you can put in. You can smack the move controllers together, get more customization in the size of shapes and whatnot. Playing around that I did, I had to redo the hands a couple of times just because I was messing around with how this character creation system works, and yeah, it was virtually the first time I'd ever use it, so again, for the sake of time, I've just cut some of that out. I really enjoyed using the move controllers at first. It's such a interesting way to sculpt and it makes a lot of sense. It does get a bit tiring if you're doing it for several hours, but get a bit of muscle build up and should get used to it. I don't know though, the position and the shape of the actual controllers is a bit peculiar, and I think it's certainly not as comfortable as the PlayStation DualShock controller. I love the whole concept of, moving your arms around and twisting and pressing a certain button to activate a certain function, and the mapping of the buttons and the gestures that you can do is I'd say the best for this kind of creation tool. If they do a second generation move controller, and I hope they do soon, with the rumours of PlayStation 5, yeah, just make it a bit more comfortable so it can be used for many more hours without hurting your hands so much, without so much strain. I was just going for really creepy, cartoony, the long claws and everything. And obviously I kept referring back to the reference that I had just had it on my iPad next to me. Once I laid down the anatomy of this lanky, creepy looking character, I started doing some of the more cartoony elements like the big round button eyes and adding the little zipper elements. Filling his brain up with a bit of gooey jelly, maybe there's some like crystal-y things in there or something. And there's a cool glowing function that you can add. There's just so many different functions to this Dream software. I would call it software. I mean, it's obviously got a huge gaming part of it. I haven't got to that yet, playing other people's games. But it's also got a really big social aspect to it. But the character creation thing is just awesome, and I'm not sure if I've ever seen it done like this on a console in this particular way. It's awesome. I think it's a great idea, and I hope it does take off in a big way, but we'll have to see. And it's awesome that you can just jump into your character once you're making it and run him around and test him out and see what he can do. It's just got the jumping functions, but you can program the fingers to be more malleable, and you can program the jump to be not just a single jump but a double jump and even a triple jump apparently, as well as animating. I think at the moment it's frame by frame, but you can animate like other gestures and map them to different buttons on the DualShock controller, so you can have them sliding or have your character punching or kicking or whatever. Obviously you can also do environments and sculpt and paint and like anything you can think of you can do. And the whole idea of this program is just that it's a lot more accessible and easy to use for complete novices to 3D sculpting, animation and all of that. The brown bag sack that he's wearing on his head, and it sort of runs down the zipper of his back and sort of his pants, is like a mutant bear thing or something, teddy bear thing that grew up into a freaky humanoid. It's weird. That's all I'm saying. It's fucking weird. Yeah, that brown texture looked a bit odd, and yeah, this whole character design is a bit odd, but yeah, it was just really fun to make, and I just sort of smashed it out and played around, and it was good fun. I got that zipper to bounce up and down with the movements using a little bolt connector that you program into him, and yeah, it's really accessible, easy to use, a lot of fun. To do the actual sculpt here, it probably took me 4 to 5 hours. So I've published this character on the Dreams community board, I guess you call it. You can jump in and remix my character if you want, or you can use it. That's part of the whole Dreams experience, is that you make your own characters and then you share them and you play with other people's characters and create whole levels and entire open world games if you've got the time and the ambition to do it. Thank you for watching. I really enjoyed trying out this sculpting and painting and Dreams and coming up with a game character like this. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope you're inspired and encouraged to have a go at some 3D sculpting or painting, whether it's with Dreams or some other program. For me, it's a process. You have to start, I think, with two-dimensional drawings and work your way up to it, because 3D takes a lot of time and a lot of endurance and learning new software and programs, that takes a lot of time too. So if you're just getting started with this kind of thing, yeah, just take your time and enjoy it and go out there and do art. Have fun. Like, share, comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everyone.